They're demanding trillions in reparations. They're claiming white America owes a debt. But I got a question that I know nobody's ready to answer. If reparations are for slavery, what happens when the slave owners are black? Let's dive into this very first clip, y'all, where we have House Democrats introducing a multi-trillion-dollar reparations bill to eliminate the wealth gap between whites and blacks. You can't make this up.
A duty to repair. So let's make it clear. There is a debt that does exist. This country has taken so much from black folks and has a debt it owes because for over 400 years into this very day, this country has stolen black labor, black lives, black futures. Industries were built and maintained through the subjugation of black people in this country, and wealth was built and maintained through the discriminatory policies that still plague us to this day. And to be clear, some people directly benefited from it or are direct beneficiaries of it. We have systems that create and perpetuate imbalances and balances in our society, and you either benefit from it or you are disenfranchised by it. And black people continue to be disenfranchised and harmed by these systems. Others receive advantages from it. So a duty to repair.
Yeah, I believe in class privilege, but all this, anyhow, as it pertains to reparations, I don't know, I got a lot of questions like if slavery is the crime and some black Americans participated in it, do we pay ourselves reparations? And what, I'm serious, like what happens when your DNA test says your ancestors were slave owners and you black? I want to know. I really want to know. You know, because if we demand accountability from white families, are we ready to accept it in our own family tree? We can't have that double standard, right? These Democrats are absolutely losing it right now. I really don't. A multi-trillion-dollar bill to eliminate the wealth gap? But it assumes every white person is an oppressor and every black person is oppressed. That's not history, man. That's Hollywood. I'm going to prove that, though. I'm going to prove that, man. 1 second. Democrat Rep. Summer Lee opposed allowing white refugees to resettle in the United States. And now she's introducing a bill that will require white taxpayers to pay black citizens trillions of dollars as reparations. Are you feeling generous? The same person who said that white refugees shouldn't be allowed in the country now wants our tax dollars, well, y'all tax dollars, my fault, to fund reparations. What happened to compassion? Or is it only one directional, you know, and they only compassionate for themselves? I thought this was the perfect caption for that right there. Now, Ayanna Presley says the United States owes black people a debt and is demanding reparations as well.
And discrimination against black people. We are in a moment of anti-blackness on steroids, and we refuse to be silent. We will not back down in our pursuit of racial justice. The antidote to anti-blackness is to be pro-black, and we will do it unapologetically. The United States government owes us a debt, and we need reparations now. And
oh man, how long it took them to rehearse that? Said the country owes us, me. I don't know, man. What about the ones who already paid? I mean, we benefited with so much DI, you know, HBCU, you know what I mean, affirmative action, you know, y'all tried the critical race theory, you know, it was, like, honestly. Did y'all know even Obama wasn't with this? The first black president. Don't believe me. We got the receipts, man. I don't do no trying to convince you. That ain't my style.
Senator Obama, your position.
Hold up. Turn it up now. You got to make sure we hear you.
Reparations. Senator Obama, your position on reparations.
I think the reparations we need right here in South Carolina is investment, for example, in our schools. I did a town hall meeting in Florence, South Carolina, in an area called the Corridor of Shame. They've got buildings that students are trying to learn in that were built right after the Civil War. And we've got teachers who are not trained to teach the subjects they're teaching in, high dropout rates. We've got to understand that there are corridors of shame all across the country. And if we make the investments and understand that those are our children, That's the kind of reparations that are really going to make a difference in America right now.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations? Senator Obama?
Even you heard Obama himself saying, like, hey, we got to fix it through our education system. And, you know, we got to start actually doing well, he ain't said this explicitly, but basically we got to start doing for ourselves. And again, reparations have been paid out in other forms. Welfare, housing, food stamps. I already said affirmative action, DEI hiring, school grants. All aimed at repairing injustice. So what's the number now? This was a question that we were pondering in the last video. Like, what would it really take? Like, what number? Where's the reparations for the Africans who sold Africans? I mean, who sold I don't think I said that right. Anywho, we gonna move on real quick. Now, we already see Obama out here. We got him. We see he not down with it. Now, this black woman, she doesn't care about black slave owners at all. Only the pink ones. That's her words, not mine. You think I'm playing? I'll put it on the big screen for you.
And for the Life's babies who keep saying, oh, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't even know about Anthony Johnson or all the black slave owners. Oh, I know all about them. I just don't care about them. The only slave owners that I choose to hold accountable are the pink ones because I can. Black power forever.
Wow, man. We really doing a number on ourselves. If history matters, it all matters. You can't just scream accountability and then pick your favorite. Pick what, like, that's not okay. This is not what Martin Luther King was aiming for. How did we come from the Jim Crow civil rights and, segregation to come together to now want to segregate ourselves more? And then tell people who weren't slave owners, and I wasn't a slave too, that they owe me money. I don't know, man. It just shows how emotionally charged narratives ignore facts if they don't support the agenda. It's annoying. Now, this woman right here in this clip, she wants to sue descendants of slave owners.
I think I'm playing, y'all. Like, I'm really about to track down John Manning's estate and everything. And I'm gonna find my great grandparents' name.
And do what?
And I'm gonna sue them. I'm not playing. But I have to go to South Carolina. The thing is, this is kind of like a full-time job. It's like, you really gotta sit down and track down everything. And that really takes so much time. It's basically a full-time job, you know?
I mean, you can be using those skills for one. I'm not saying you ain't got one, but...
Like, I'm literally gonna have to be on the East Coast to figure this all out. I'm literally gonna have to be in South Carolina and track it down and figure out what land they were on. And I can't even read this, you know what I mean? Like, I can't read this. I can't read this. I'm assuming my great granddad was a sharecropper, so I'm assuming his parents were most likely in slavery towards the end, probably, and then they became sharecroppers, you know? So I'm assuming it's John Manning, and they were on the Milford plantation. So yeah, I need to go and like look it up and like go look at the books and stuff that they got in South Carolina and in South Carolina and figure it out, because I'm being serious. Y'all need to get sued.
For what? So you on ancestral manhunt right now? Really? But who's supposed to pay when you find out who that slave owner was, and what if they didn't have any kids? Personal grievance doesn't equal out to generational debt. I mean, yeah, You can't sue ghosts, my friend. That's exactly what she's trying to do. Somebody said, wait until she finds out she's a descendant of the slaves. Right. Hold on. Reparations are a debt owed. We need our special field order 15 before we really get mad. We remember what you savages did to our great grandparents. Keep playing. Wow. Response to this. It's crazy. Now, this is something that I thought was pretty interesting, a pretty cool clapback, where this guy, Andrew, responded with, my ancestors paid their reparations on the battlefield of Gettysburg in, how you say that? Antonium? Antonym? I'm sorry. But this is the part that never get brought up. Over 360,000 Union soldiers, mostly white, they died to end slavery. And that's worth nothing now. I mean, historical reparations already happened in blood, not money in that regard. Y'all remember when Sonny Austin found out she was a descendant from slave owners? Oh, the face she makes. I'm going to make it big. Now, this is a clip that we can bear from a Sonny Austin or if this was Jasmine Crockett. Let's check it out.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you?
Owners, not slave holders.
So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others. Wow.
Telling you, man, the whole moment flipped on and you can see it in her face. It's crazy. Her receipts came from her DNA. Like, oh, I love to see it. Oh, see, your heritage don't align with your narrative, Sonny. History is messy and personal right now. Gunther asks, when does she start paying reparations? And then right after that, suddenly slave owners are no longer evil, but a fact of life. Right, I'm glad he pointed that out. Now, Luda and Gucci is reparations. Y'all remember this clip?
If somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes. That's reparations. That is reparations.
Cat.
Anything they want to take it, because these businesses have insurance. They're going to get their money back. My people aren't getting anything. If somebody decides...
When reparations become you can grab whatever you want, you already lost the conversation. I'm sorry. Entitlement and lawlessness is not justice. This concept has been hijacked by these radical Democrats who treat destruction as compensation. And I don't agree with that at all. George added that Gucci supported Black Lives Matter, so he thinks this is a neutral reward for their efforts, and he has no sympathy for them. He also adds, loot as you may. Listen, y'all, Section 8, welfare, food stamps, school grants, DEI hires. What else do we want? If LeBron or Oprah can go out there and get a check, it's not about equality. It's about a handout. I don't want to hear they're an exception to the rule. What about mixed race people? Do we owe money or receive it? Like, what's the rule with that? This is honestly, in my opinion, to keep us divided. They push this guilt so we don't ask the real questions. Like, how do we build our own wealth? This isn't about injustice anymore. This is about entitled, emotional leverage from these radical Democrats. Reparations used to mean repair. But like I told you, we've received it in so many different ways, and it created more of a pacify effect. But now it means silence and submission. But facts, man, they don't care about no feelings, man. Y'all be safe. Please go check with somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Thank y'all for everything. All the likes, the comments, the shares. Truly, truly appreciate it.